All right, I have been experimenting with different amplification on gigs with my upright bass, and I'm kind of finding that less is more. I've got this little Phil Jones club. I think it has two 5-inch speakers in it, and you would think, well, how in the world is that going to cover an upright bass? But seems to do a pretty good job. What I'm finding on these gigs is that, I don't need a massive amount of volume. I don't need a massive amount of low end. I actually trim down the lows and the mids on the amplifiers I use anyway, just to decrease the chance of feedback and issues there. And I had been using a Walter Woods with a 12-inch Gensler, and that's just way more firepower than you really ever need to worry about on a normal jazz gig. And I'm of the opinion that as long as I can monitor myself using my onstage stuff, then I can certainly run into a PA or house system with the DI that's on this Phil Jones. And that allows me to, fill up the room further if I need it. But I'm telling you, I played the place last night, and it's a long, deep, venue, and people way in the back were telling me, oh yeah, no, the bass is very present. It's solidly in their ears. So I guess this little Phil Jones will do the trick. Clicking. So you're getting a fairly natural, acoustic tone out of it. I think overall it just makes life easy because you've got a small little rig combo that you can take to the gig, because you always have way more trouble moving this big lug around. Trying to get bass in and out of a venue if you're not parked directly in front of the place is always a challenge. I've actually started using one of those wheels that you put in the end pin to roll it around, and it's somewhat helpful, but still having the heel of the headstock right in your shoulder while you're wheeling it around is making for an uncomfortable evening when you're starting out sore. But anyway, I think this Phil Jones, like I say, is decent enough for giving me monitoring and also to fill up a club. I played last night with no assistance from PA or anything, and like I said, they could hear me throughout the club and in the back, of course, because the bass waves really, go 30 or 40 feet before they're landing at someone's forehead. So I think it does the job, and I'm not getting issues with feedback. I'm not getting these wolf tones where it just starts howling, depending on the room and the way the setup is. Last night I was in a corner with windows behind me, and when I hit it at higher volume, I was getting a little bit of noise, but the sax player told me, oh yeah, every bass that comes in here does the same thing. So Apparently it's an issue with that room, but you know, for the most part it was super controllable. All I did was turn down my volume on my pickup, and it was good to go for the rest of the night, and I could still hear myself fairly well. So I'm kind of going with the less is more philosophy at this point. It seems to work well, and until it doesn't, I will stick that way just so I can keep things simple and reasonable for my aching back.